Check. Alright. That's hopefully. There we go.
Hey, so what exactly is happening right now?
I am working my way through streaming right now.
You're streaming right now?
Yes, on Twitch. What I'm looking for is actually stream. Like, well, what I can do.
Oh god, that means I'm in public. How scandalous. I'm not dressed for the occasion.
Luckily, there is like a secret, so don't worry too much about embarrassing yourself.
I mean, I thought you were going to make an Austin crack and say that I've already embarrassed myself as an Austinite.
Why would I need to say that? You clearly already know it.
I mean, I know what you're going to say because I understand how Dallasites think.
No, you don't. You can't understand how the superior beings that live in the city of Dallas think and function.
I mean, obviously I do when I can already predict, you know, the barbs that you unjustly throw our way.
Frankly speaking, it's a miracle you understand how to put on pants in the morning.
If we did not have to be a full work to get south and west Texas, it would still be
Let's see if I can so I can hear.
I honestly can't stay on for too long because my mother is coming tomorrow and I need to clean up this house a bit.
Don't worry about it. I'll.
What are you playing?
As long as we're here. This is Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition.
The game that you've practically worn to the ground.
What can I say? I'm good at this. Let me tell you though, it is gonna switch it a half actually being able to play it at 60 FPS. Like,
greetings, Tim Person.
hey.
Hello.
You are on Obi's stream.
Yes.
Oh.
All the nobody who's there.
Playing the Devil May Sob of the number 4.
Yes, the fourth demon might whale.
Look, obviously Dante realized that the previous name was better, hence why he changed it back.
Also, I realized that I got a pretty bad ribbon mod. I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of it.
Just for War Farm?
Yep.
Oh no. And it's fine. You're not one of like the 20 or so people who, honest to God, break this game over their knee and do weird things that that nobody had intended to do. Certainly not Capcom.
You would be surprised at what Capcom is intended to do.
I'm looking forward to 5. I'm really looking forward to 5 because I'm kind of hoping they finally address the fact that, for all intents and purposes, the demon world's kind of fucked, and certain responsibilities are going to have to be taken for that if they want to. If anybody wants there to be any stability with this whole showing up every now and then and wrecking humanity shit.
Dude. Supposed to be smoother.
Much like Dante, you can never have enough smooth.
It's hard to say. It seems like in at least some part, the demon world, much like the human world, kind of lends itself. Like it doesn't seem to necessarily need rulers per se. Like Mundus was not holding up the demon world. He just happened to control a very big part of it. Later partially replaced by his son Burial, which is a thing that is easy to just not know because Devil May Cry.
It doesn't show up in the game.
Devil May Cry does not really care about this anymore.
You don't play this. You don't play these games for the story. Like it. Some characters, if you're lucky, are going to have arcs, and they're generally fun. But they're not deep. At best, they're wide, but that's not deep. Yes, I'm looking forward to 5 because they're actually hinting at previous games having repercussions of which they're going to actually touch on.
This Riven is a bad one. I don't want to get rid of it.
I have no idea because the most I've ever gotten into Warframe is just deep diving into the lore as soon as I saw that there's interesting stuff there. Wiki dives and YouTube videos. Otherwise known as Sam wants to kill an afternoon and doesn't want to be productive.
Let's see, come on. There we go. Feels fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to 5. Not just because, I like everything with Nero probably more than I like anything with Dante, but I must admit I want Dante's buzzsaw motorcycle swords. They look so cool.
Concerned that there's a DLC version and just going by description, the DLC version is almost certainly superior specifically because of the properties and stuff different.
Do you think Capcom would have learned from all the shit that happened with Asura's Wrath?
Hard to say. Capcom is almost certainly like... What? Didn't get the timing. He's almost certainly got like some pressure on this game to do hella well. And hella well means hella money. And hella money means mine. Back. And in a game like Devil May Cry, your opportunities for such are limited unless you make them. Ooh, I felt good.
Then if you do take those opportunities, they might just make the game feel like shit.
Yeah, currently kind of the thing I am concerned about that is tiny but could be a huge bellwether is how Proud Souls end up, not Proud Souls, how the Red Order economy, especially for moves, ends up looking.
I love that we've used the word Red Orb economy in a sentence.
What can I say? You come to my school, you get the highbrow shit, boy. Because, like, for arbitrary instance, with Devil May Cry 4's system, generally speaking, like, you could get all the moves in the game within... What?
Wow, that's rather selective. You can only get all the moves in the game if you fuck. Damn.
What can I say?
I wonder I didn't do.
I'm committed. You can get all the moves in the game within like I'd say something like 10 hours, which is like sounds like a long time, but the game is awesome.
It's not a super long game.
No, you could legitimately get through all the stages in less than 10 hours if you know what you're doing, which you probably won't. So more time, but still.
Man, roughly on average, Devil May Cry 4, if you're not like super top tier nonsense, is between 10 and 20. Rounded.
Yeah. Just getting through the main story. And within that time you will have the vast majority of the moves of the character's moveset. Of which, speaking frankly, you probably don't need all of to get through the game. Like, if you want to get real good, you're gonna need to get yourself some familiarity. But till then, whoa, what?
Ugh.
Jump timing,
I mean, I can, so long as the microtransaction nonsense doesn't become such a thing that there's parts of the game that are not unbeatable because that would defeat the purpose, but like say are just so obscenely hard that it's trying to encourage you heavily to engage in it.
What I suspect, if they get nasty, is that microtransactions are gonna if you want to get moves in like if you want to complete a moveset in a reasonable amount of time, you're going to need to spend a few bucks. Probably not even that many, like we're probably talking like $5 gets you it. $5 gets you somebody dead. Like $5, $6 gets you somebody dead and done. Like $5 or $6 to get somebody dead and done. Or maybe we're looking at like 20 or so hours of gameplay on, like 20 or so hours of straight grinding to get those otherwise.
Though, I mean, frankly, considering the crowd that Devil May Cry tends to cater to, and there's a lot of them, I could see them just going for the grind option and the microtransactions not getting Capcom as much as they were expecting, simply because most of the player base would go like, alright, motherfuckers, if that's how you're going to play, then we'll play.
I mean, it could, but like, it's still a player, like, it's not a player base that is so insane that they won't, like, be ornery about being fucked with. And, to succeed widely, obviously, games gotta get more than this.
Yeah, but I mean, they're already going to get more than the base because they've already made a huge splash because Devil May Cry hasn't been around in a long while, and they're already got something for, like, we're going back to the old universe after, you know, in all honesty, I feel that, you know,
basically
DMC
after Special Edition proved that, oh wait, this IP actually isn't dead.
Yeah.
Everybody, the reboot just went before.
And the reboot could have done well. I feel the reboot could have done well, and like Best Friends, before Best Friends fell apart, touched on this a little bit with the fact that I think in a lot of ways the reboot failed. I think in two different respects. One, they basically tried to do a weird retelling / refurbishing of the first game, and two, there was this weird vitriol to veterans, just in terms of the story. And I'm talking specifically about statements like "never in a million years," that sort of thing.
Yeah, and like was pointed out, it ended up being kind of a lie anyway, which is why, yeah, like why make that kind of joke if you're not following through?
Yeah, I mean, so it turned not just into vitriol, but weird, wishy-washy, I want to have my cake and eat it too vitriol, which really just makes it kind of pathetic.
It's worked very hard.
This is a good word for it. So I feel those are kind of the two reasons the reboot kind of cratered. If they had decided to just make a unique story in the new universe that they got, like say, if Mundus had to exist at all in the reboot, don't have Mundus show up in the first game. Have Mundus be the person, the force behind your enemy in the first game, and something to work towards, for example. I think that would have done a lot better. And secondly, don't be a jerk to veteran players. Like, don't be a jerk to veterans of the IP. Like, don't do that. Like, why alienate your core base? Because I think DMC didn't have to fail just on arrival. I think that it had plenty going for it and plenty that it could have done. I think it was imminently possible for it to succeed.
No, yeah, the reboot could have done well. There could have been more games of in its continuity at least.
I mean, fuck, we could have even had an interesting thing later on where it's like Crisis of Infinite Devil May Cries, where like Dante meets Dante, and then we could just see the differences between the two, and it would have been really fun to. I would love to see that meeting actually, because older Dante of older IP would just be verbal shit posting this younger edgelord version of himself. Like, it would have been great. Meanwhile, younger edgelord Dante would just be like, I have no idea how to deal with this other dude who is him and yet so wildly different from him.
And somehow even more visibly uncomfortable.
It is amazing.
It is a consistent and steady track of Dante's visual evolution. At first, you know, he could be at a well-to-do party. He'd be weird. Everybody wondering what's going on, what's this guy doing. You know, it's fine. It's fine. He looks like he's do business, accomplish things. And then you see the third game and his jungle features. What's going on? What's this? What? Shirts are important. Shirts are important. That man is supposed to wear them.
I know. We've skipped over the second game entirely.
What second game?
My point exactly.
There was a second game?
Yeah, it was a game called Why Use Swords When You Can Juggle People with Guns.
I don't understand, but sounds important.
Hey, Bashir.
Testing.
Yeah, you're
Testing.
You passed.
Okay.
Obi is streaming, and we're basically going through Dante's increasing level of shifty untrustworthiness and visual design throughout the entirety of the game's evolution.
Did I remember the link to Twitch and the...
Yes.
Yep, you did. I just got onto the.
But yeah. Yeah, it's like third game, Dante doesn't have a shirt. Dante is kind of sort of not taking anything seriously until Virgil shows up, which is like, you know, Lady is dealing with a lot of shit, of which Dante just visibly does not care throughout the majority of the game.
Lady, like, if this were a movie, practically speaking, Lady would probably be the actual dramatic core, because Lady has, like, she's got heat with the... Fuck, I thought I avoided that. She's got heat with the actual villain. She actually cares about what's going on. She is meaningfully threatened by things. Because, I mean, like, yeah, let's be real, like, for the most part, Dante and Virgil only threaten each other, and even then, they mostly aren't trying to hurt each other that badly. Until...
Well, I mean, Virgil was pretty insistent on beating the shit out of Dante really hard.
Oh yeah, but even then, he's like... But even then, like, you know, like, until, like, Dante actually double triggers, he's like... I'm, like, the thing that's really hitting my goat right now is that you aren't trying harder.
No, Dante, this is not Wahoo pizza time. I am trying to kill you with my samurai sword. God,
I wouldn't even say it's even that. Like, you know, yeah, when Dante, like, complains that Trish is, that lady happens to not be there at the moment, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I was just so excited to see you. Like, you know, like yeah, he's not Dante's, yeah, Wahoo, I love rock and roll, and like secretly taught myself how to play the guitar despite the fact that there's no way I would ever get into a band. Like, yeah, he's not that, that's not his aesthetic, but he is enjoying himself too. He'll give as good as he gets. He's just a lot more British about it.
that's a statement.
Is he wrong, though?
I mean, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that's a statement.
I need to work on the combo game.
But yeah.
Action.
But yeah, like, and then we move on to 4. It's continuing with this, where literally Dante's first action is to break into mass and shoot the Pope in the head.
Dante's very first action is to watch this weird kid fight demons. You can see him in the opening if you are paying just close enough attention.
Yes, you can. That's right. Okay, so Dante's first action is to watch this kid whom he probably has some suspicions, but nowhere near surety, because, like, Dante does not know jack shit at this point. Take on a bunch of demons and just hold back and just go like, okay, he seems like he's got it. Sure. Just like, no, Dante, don't make this a thing. And then Dante makes it a thing for the entire game. The entire game. Like, the kid can handle it. I am literally being absorbed into the statue, Dante. You got this.
It's fine. This is fine.
Oh, we got absorbed into the statue. Shit, I guess I gotta do this now. Like, that's the thing that Best Friends brought up that I think is kind of the funniest thing. Dante could have ended all of this pretty much at any time. Anytime.
But really, none of it had to start at all. Then Trish took Sparta.
Yep.
Because,
So, really...
why not? This thing Lady is idly complaining about sounds fun. Let's get into it.
So really, we can say that Devil May Cry is responsible for the deaths of at least hundreds, if not thousands of people on Fortuna.
I might assume dozens, but it's hard to say.
There are a lot of demons on Fortuna, Obi. A lot of demons, and you don't see very many people, and there's a bunch of blood in the streets.
I just get a donation. Oh no, wait, that's probably a follow. That's what.
That's Lurker following you.
Yes, hey, hi, hello. I should probably open. See what people are doing. But I am not so good that.
You can do that while in the middle of Fierce Combat.
But Fierce Combat just ended because I thought there were more. I thought there were more spawns in this wave.
I didn't know you were a coward, Obi.
Hey.
Yeah, Obi.
Hey.
I mean, I'm not saying anything, but I'm thinking it real hard.
That is infuriating. I'll break all your goddamn legs.
There.
Okay, this is...
I mean, fuck you. I'll break my leg before you can break her.
Because Blitz is about to spawn in. There he is. And I do not
Blitz,
have enough
otherwise
this.
known as the game has decided that, you know, I haven't wrecked your shit enough. So, time to wreck your shit.
And there goes focus.
These things legitimately move faster than you can track. It's kind of amazing.
Hey.
I mean, the Blitz should also be known as, like, I am the seizure-inducing demon. Like, if you have epilepsy, do not fight me.
They're not super bad in that, like, I suspect they were very gently tuned down visually. You can't knock him out of that. Oh shit.
But yeah, continuing on with Dante's visual design and just actions, like
this might actually be the
he's basically just teasing Nero for the entire game. Like when we get to the spontaneous forested section past the frozen mountains, of which Nero is going like, "What the fuck?" I mean, Dante is just more loudly going, "What the fuck?" and then going like, "Oh hey kid," and then does his dramatic fall off the cliff. Like everything Dante is doing is just kind of to fuck with Nero a little bit. I think mostly because at that point, after their fight, he's realizing, oh hey, I have a nephew. I've got to fuck with him.
Well, what else are nephews for?
You're not wrong, but at the same time, like, part of that fuckery was, you know, firing bullets and stabbing each other.
What else are nephews for?
And I don't want to know what goes down in your family this year.
Man, it's just family ties. And besides, if they couldn't take it, they wouldn't dish it out. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's see if I get... Oh, fuck! That was embarrassing.
Alright.
Oh, it's Frog Boy.
I should absolutely be at the other side of this right now, but... Ah, well. Fuck, did not skip this phase.
But yeah, there's also just the fact that, like, Dante is beginning to get that stubble look at this point. He's visually older. And, like, they've taken all that, but blown it up to 11 with 5. Because he has just kind of completed his, I am your rowdy old uncle that keeps showing up with, like, massive amounts of cash. Or just rather, all these toys and you don't know where I got them.
I think it's gonna be the kill. Oh, come on, don't close your mouth.
Like, it makes sense that Nero is now the face of Devil May Cry, because let's face it, between the two of them, Nero is actually responsible.
Yeah, his new look is a bit concerningly straight edge, but like he's got his own business going. He's working very hard at it. Like you tentatively recommended his services to some friends and family, and he has been consistent and reliable. Like it's a good time. You don't regret doing it.
There's also the fact that like even with this new kind of more straight edge look, it's obvious that Nero hasn't like lost a bunch of his punkish charm, because like he's surfing on his goddamn arm. Shit, I mean, if that doesn't just ooze personality, I don't know what does. You know? Not to mention there's that whole trailer where like the car drops right in front of him and he just has that moment where he sighs and just like perfect timing. It's just like there's so much there still to love with this character, and I'm so happy about it.
I hate specifically this room because when that happens, it takes so much longer. These are the worst. Or also the worst thing.
Isn't this basically an infinite battle arena?
Not at all. There are 101 stages. The finale of which is Dante. Every 20 stages, excepting the finale, is a boss. For the most part, like, you will fight every enemy in the game at least once, with the exception of a few very specific bosses in Bloody Palace at one point or another. But Bloody Palace provides a couple of unique combinations. In particular, no, the Double Blitz isn't unique. You get a few of those that Dante must die, and a few in Legendary Dark Knight.
Gotcha. Let's shift a bit to Devil May Cry 5 speculation. A lot of people are wondering whether or not V is Mundus in some form.
I doubt it. I'm guessing that V is probably, like, if he's going to connect to anything at all, rather than just like invented from something whole cloth, he might be a Bayonetta connection.
Man, going back to Best Friends a bit, because A, I watched through all that a few months ago, and B, like, their speculation is actually really interesting. Pat was thinking that V might be Arkham's son.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Let's have some fun.
I'm not gonna go like, because no, there's art, and like frankly speaking, when it comes to lore, they've done their homework more than I have, but
It was through them that I learned that Belial was actually Mundus' son.
It's honestly from the like you know how he like lays himself out as I, the conqueror of the fire of hell. Guess who will be? Guess who rules the fire of hell?
Like, V has got some weird connection to Dante, just by terms of A, his dialogue in the trailers, and B, the fact that for a moment there when Dante's unconscious, he's thinking like, I'ma stab him in the face. I'ma stab him right in the face. There is some pathos there that we're gonna have to see the end result of.
Okay. Hide yourself in the stupid dark shadows.
Also, one thing I gotta say about V, I like the fact that the cane is not just an aesthetic thing. Like, dude is honestly limping. You do not move fast as him.
Well, it seems like you can. Like, he's definitely got movement options. I suspect his gameplay is going to resemble ladies, but less abjectly busted because god damn they overdo something fierce. Cause yeah, she is the second best character in the game. Dante taking first largely because his skill ceiling is just too damn high. And at his skill ceiling, you are in a visible window.
That is just something that's really interesting when you examine the games a bit more. Like, how much damage do these motherfuckers take? It's absurd. So when you, especially when you realize that almost everything that you see characters do in cutscenes, you can do in game, at least like 95% of the time. Like, these characters are absurd. As you're demonstrating right now, actually, just the fact that you are turning people into fertilizer.
This one's not, well, these, like, most of these honestly aren't that bad. Oh fuck, I'm gonna deal with that.
By the way, what was your response? What was your response to Wooly Beep Ass during that one secret mission where he took the parasite one, like where he took one secret to the top of a cliff?
That's exactly how I beat it.
So you too took the coward path.
The coward's path. It is my genuine belief that is how they expected you to beat that mission. Frankly, I'm a little bit confused they even let Hunter get tempted. Because boy, it's difficult to do it. It's difficult to do it almost any other way. Like you have to figure out ways to keep those scarecrows off it if you don't just take it out of the equation completely because stupid chimeras can't fly.
Lurker is saying your voice is a bit quiet.
That is probably because it's very late at night. Let me see if there's something I can do. And I'm like, to be clear, it's because I'm not speaking very loudly. Let me see if I can't jack my volume up a bit.
But yeah, like I have a limited game budget for this year.
Better? Yes, no, maybe.
You definitely sound louder than me.
Yeah, I did turn myself up a bit. Some of that, some of, like, the volume thing is definitely just the only way I'm going to be getting much louder than I am right now is because I'm speaking more loudly, and I'm not going to speak more loudly because I am not living in a place where I can do much in the way of, like, outdoor voice and or shouting. I cannot project. I must be in the quiet.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get 5. I have a limited game budget, and 5 is going to be one of the ones going to get, along with, finally I'm going to pick up Hellblade at some point, because that just seems so interesting to me.
As it stands, I probably won't be able to get forward by for a while. It's like, you should. Yeah. Frost are different. Frost is fantastic. Not even that dangerous.
They're just annoying. And also they have that weird shield self-heal thing, which just makes the fight last longer. Like that.
Don't blow it up. Or even you can do what you saw me do there and just, if you've got something you can hold for it, just sit there and wait on it and blow it up and you know what, fuck this.
Yeah. Mostly though, outside of those two, I'm not looking for much. Like, I may or may not get Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, at this point, I used to be real big into Kingdom Hearts, but then
I'm checked out. Yeah, I'm 100% checked out.
It's just been too long. Like, yeah, if this came out in 2010 or 11, I would have been all over.
If this came out for the PS4 like it was supposed to, I might be into it. Or the PS3 like it was supposed to.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also the fact that, like, Sony was also doing some kind of blatant nonsense where it's like, you can get the story on three different consoles that we have. So buy them so you can, like, no. I only played Chain of Memories because I already had.
Chain of Memories was on the Nintendo console.
Yeah, I already had a DS. So, like, that's why I played it. But I wasn't gonna get a fucking Vita just to keep playing Kingdom Hearts stuff.
I got a Vita for Super Robot Wars. What's your issue?
I wanted consoles that were actually worth a damn.
It's funny because it has got the worst touchscreen. Oh my god, I hate it so much.
It's shitty. It's not good. And I know it's got weird defenders, but they're wrong.
Pretty much. Got like the touchscreen on the back or something, right?
Yeah.
It's fucked.
It's got like a proper touchscreen. It's also got two control sticks and oh shit. Okay, there we go. Could not.
It's
see
like
that.
it's like they tried to compact a proper Sony PS game into a handheld, and no, that doesn't work because it doesn't have A, the processing capability, and B, the room on screen plus fingers. Doesn't work. So, yeah, like, I played 1, I played Chain of Memories, and I played 2, and I have not played even half the games that have come out for this goddamn fucking series. Not even half.
Oh, fuck.
So, I may get 3 eventually, when we eventually come out with Kingdom Hearts 3.75 Recoded, or some such nonsense. Final edition.
Implying that 3 will be the last installment of...
It's definitely not going to be. But I'm talking like Final Edition for 3. Because eventually they stop releasing minor updates for the games. Eventually. Sometimes like 3 to 4 years after the fact. And that's not assuming they don't do a massive collected edition where they say, we've put new things in this in order to encourage you to keep giving us your precious money. Like, Kingdom Hearts is basically just kind of fan service the game.
Fan fiction.
That too. Fan fiction and fan service the game. Darkness, light, darkness, corruption, darkness, complete.
Did you know that Kingdom Hearts was never good?
I wouldn't go that far.
Do you know why you wouldn't go that far? Because it's a lie.
Oh, fuck.
No, it's completely true. But, Heart, you don't want it to be.
Here's hoping Zurban didn't hear that.
Man.
Otherwise they're gonna just like reach through their monitor and just strangle me from Australia.
I mean, I'm fairly certain they would flash step and somehow appear behind you. Totally personal. Totally personal, Tim. But yeah. Like, I enjoyed 1. Kingdom Hearts the first was actually pretty fun. Kingdom Hearts II, in retrospect, as I think back on it, is kinda just there. Like,
it improves flow. It's a much better flowing game than the first game was, and in efforts to make it more accessible, because Kingdom Hearts the first was a little bit more opaque than it needed to be, especially for a game that's ostensibly appeal to kids. They
Oh, come on. Kingdom Hearts audience was never kids. Let's be real.
It totally was. Look at those designs. Those are kid-friendly.
as we have in the first game, Sora stabbing himself to death for power.
What? Let me out of this corner. Not like that.
No, in the corner you go, surrounded by the evil Bladefish and the Knights.
Those are already dead. Yeah, I am a problem.
Well, when you walk away, you don't hear me say,
Please don't.
don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. And it's hard to let go.
Man, I can butcher the song if we want.
Tim's already butchering the song, though.
Yeah, but I can do it in a really bad falsetto.
Oh,
Please don't.
no.
I just chopped a Grenier in half.
See this? No. Don't do it. It's not acceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. No.
Don't judge me, Virgil. Don't judge me, Virgil. You're dead. You can't judge anybody.
I think you'll find that the dead judge everybody unfairly for extremely arbitrary standards.
Anyway, so I may eventually pick up 3 after it inevitably goes through several renditions and hopefully reaches its final form like 3 to 4 years from now in the 10-year process of making Kingdom Hearts 4. Because they're definitely going to make a Kingdom Hearts 4, and it's probably going to take that long because they'll likely release some weird side stories.
It'll also probably be bad.
These games have production values, and they're usually good at what they're trying to be in terms of gameplay.
Yep.
It's everything else. Wow.
Careful. Good. Sorry.
I wonder if
they'll.
I wonder if they'll finally make Donald actually give out heal spells. Because that was definitely a problem that they didn't actually fix in 2.
It certainly wasn't simple, nor was it clean.
The way that you're making me feel, yeah. But yeah, like, in terms of just games that I'm looking forward to, it's really just Devil May Cry, and I'm eventually going to get Hellblade, and I'm going to play both of those. Then, at some point, I will finally pick The Witcher up again and just finish that. Aside from that, though, not much. Not much for me. I mean, I'm kind of just... If I'm really honest, I'm kind of just waiting to see the next God of War, because Santa Monica dragged me back in. I mean, I'm invested now. I'm invested in Kratos' story. I'm invested in Atreus' story. I want to see where it goes.
Are you ready? Are you ready for depression?
If I had the cash, I legitimately would have ordered Ace Combat 7 already. But I ain't.
Oh yeah, Bashir, you've been playing that. How is it?
Ace Combat 7? It's
Yeah.
freaking great. I beat it. It was the first Ace Combat game besides Assault Horizon that I played. I had a blast. I wasn't sold on the faceless protagonist thing until like more than halfway through the game, but it pulled it off pretty satisfyingly. Yeah.
Isn't the protagonist a woman?
So depends on how you define protagonist. The hero, the person you're playing, is ambiguous but presumably a male. I believe you're referred to as a male a couple of times. The main character, the person you follow in the people you follow in the cutscenes, most of the main characters are women. I think the main character is a woman if you go by like who you're following in the cutscenes. But since this is an Ace Combat game, that's not actually the player. And then the protagonist, the person who actually like undergoes character development during this story, is a dude. Actually,
That
both. Yeah.
That sounds a bit overly complicated.
The Ace Combat protagonists are usually they're usually coded as ciphers. Like you are supposed to write to greater or less degree yourself on them. They they're not going to give you that much character to go on otherwise. With the arguable exception of, well, okay, not even the arguable exception, like an Ace Combat hero, really like the trait of the Demon Lord is once you flew against them, you didn't fly again. Period.
Yep.
Might not die. That happened. Plenty of people didn't die fighting the Demon Lord, but she didn't fly. Never, ever again.
Yeah, so like the player character in the Ace Combat games, and definitely in this one, is basically like an insane god of flying. The only person remotely on your level in their incredibly old age is limited in their flying primarily by A, their failing body, and B, his plane isn't good enough. Or like, the machine assistance isn't good enough to keep up with him.
Ah, the Gundam problem.
Yes.
Well,
Also, the
boss
fights are freaking ridiculous. Like, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone on the thing, but like, yeah. So yeah, what Lurker said in the chat's accurate. Like, you're not really a character. You don't appear on screen. You have very literal characterization. Like, you can imply some stuff about Trigger from like a couple of briefings in the game, but beyond like this person is a ridiculous pilot, you don't know much.
Okay, I'm gonna fiddle with something real quick. Partially because I think I've just blown out my storage with this video. Let me find it and get rid of it. But you.
I guess I'm also looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077. But I'm kind of, just from the gameplay that I've seen, I'm kind of wondering just whether or not they've made this truly unique, because it seems to play a little bit like a GTA clone, just from what I have seen from trailers. Like, there's some obvious differences, but I'm seeing a lot of similarities there too, and I'm kind of hoping they don't do too much of that, because I've never been into GTA at all.
Let's see something.
I don't know. I guess I'll see. So, that brings up something funny. Obi, remember Jamie and those other guys?
Yeah.
Jamie has made this statement for our Thursday gaming group, and it is coming into the new year, into 2020. We're going to pause whatever we're playing, make cyberpunk characters, and then play a short campaign of that into 2020.
Nice.
Yep. And the actual system, not the Fate hack that Jamie made for it, because Jamie likes mixing systems around sometimes. Still debating. I think I'm probably just going to essentially transplant a Warhammer 40k tech priest into Cyberpunk 2020, because I've already done the noir detective Blade Runner type character in the old game that we played. So I'm legit just going to go like, I worship no god but technology and progress, and just really creep everybody out, because, you know, that's actually a really creepy person when you think about it.
Yeah. Should start.
Especially since in Cyberpunk 2020, you can legit just go full conversion, and the only fleshy bits of you are your brain and some of your spine.
Let's see. Apologies for the suddenly paused gameplay. I'm just fiddling with some storage stuff right now, because idly recording this video just blew out the storage space on the SSD. But none of that now, so should be much better. For now.
By the way, all your particle effects are making my computer's fan just go like, oh god, why?
Wah wah. Sucks to be you. Okay, here we go. Back in.
Ugh. But yeah, I've wondered whether or not, say, back to the Devil May Cry conversation, I've wondered whether or not, like, say, Dante might either A, die, or B, kind of just, like, kind of sort of become king of Demon Land.
I suspect they're going to figure out a way to phase him out. Oh well, why not phase him out so much as move on from him specifically.
I mean, him becoming king and just kind of sort of trying to keep the house in order would be a pretty good way of doing it.
I think the issue is that he's not personally responsible for that. He's not.
I mean, no, he's not well suited for it at all, outside of just like raw power. Because in many respects, Dante just doesn't care enough.
Nope, he's not struggling enough. Like, he is slightly more. Nice try, good for. He is slightly more untrustworthy than he looks, and only slightly.
He has perfected the untrustworthy uncle who just keeps showing up with nice vehicles that you expect to get trashed in between visits, so that's why he's always got a new one.
Also,
Hey, your uncle's got a really nice motorcycle. Yeah, it's not the one he came in with last time.
Also,
so he's got
perpetual debt to a woman that he definitely never married, and there are no kids. But there's gotta be some reason to keep putting up this shit. And you're not sure what else it could be.
And then there's the comment of, like, so that woman that your uncle hangs around with, and I saw a picture of your grandmother, and I have some questions.
Oh, Trish.
God, it's so weird. I don't know why this is a thing. Like, ugh. Well, I mean, I honestly think that despite like some comments, like in particularly 3, Dante might just legit be ace.
I'd say he's more. I'd say it's more that like he doesn't. He's not that people-y, and also like he's not actually that. Fucking. It's still get a little. Just like that. Okay. He's how to say. Well. Okay. This is a thing, but I'm gonna call in Devil May Cry anime. The Devil May Cry anime is very useful for actual characterization of Dante, if not a lot of other things. Very good.
It was mediocre at best. Its soundtrack was pretty decent though.
Devil May Cry is blessed with music.
Anyway, you were saying.
It shows what like Dante's day-to-day routine kind of looks like. And he's just kind of staring at the wall until something happens. He doesn't live well in the sense of like he doesn't have a lot going on. He really couldn't sustain those moments. He doesn't have.
And now that you bring it up, that kind of speaks to the fact that Dante's childhood and the majority of his life has been kind of shitty. That's left an impact.
I know, yeah, he is almost certainly like a lot more sad than he is inclined to let on. In part because he enjoys fighting enough that he can just kind of get lost in it. I shouldn't have done that. I don't like dealing with more than one boss at a time. Sometimes it just feels in this stage.
You know, now that you say that, that makes me kind of appreciate Patty, the little girl character in that anime a bit more, because, like, pretty much past episode 1, she makes it her entire job to ensure that Dante's life isn't just him staring at a wall.
Yeah, I would say, like, they understand what they need for what they're doing. It's kind of didn't quite come to it's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, it's more I appreciate it in concept because I can definitely
less during this because this fight is exact because
it's best fight in the game.
They are wrong. Dante is the best fight in the game. They are so wrong.
I had so much fun with Credo though.
But he's not the best. Dante is the real best fighter. Credo is good. Like he is, and in particular, he's very good for Nero. Who like if you noticed Wooly getting hit when he snatched a lot, that's exactly why Credo waits to do some of his moves. He's supposed to catch, and why so many of his moves are vertical. He's supposed to catch you snatching up to his head.
I mean, regardless of our difference of opinion here, I think we can agree on this. Credo deserved a second fight just like all the other bosses.
Dante has way too easy of a time with it. Like if you can see how like he's not really dealing that well with the teleports. Dante can do that Dante can do it, like, by genuinely speaking, even when played by me, he's more adept at it than I am. And well, when I say more adept in the sense that like he's got more freedom of movement than I do as Virgil. And I have a lot of freedom of movement. So if I had timed that slightly better.
You were about to break that shield.
One issue of fighting him as Virgil, it is possible to kill him before you have broken the shield, specifically because Virgil is fairly high damage.
And the shield was broken, and man, in a minute,
That's
so is
his full
Credo.
damage, which you only get if you kill him on the ground. If he had actually been bumped up a little bit more by those last few hits, he would have just immediately popped. Because they could not be asked to give him a death animation in the air. Incidental note, every enemy from now on is, except for, okay, kind of except for a boss, like the boss is weird and fucking hardcore. All the rest of the enemies are on Dante Must Die. From aggression to devil triggering to additional attacks. 2 extra modes, because some enemies get extra modes.
Man, you know what you're walking into when you start doing this battle arena. It's not like anybody's tricking you. It's just like this gets balls hard.
Well, honestly, I'd say Bloody Palace, it suffers a bit on replay because some of the stuff it absolutely does kind of rely on surprises. Like in the lead up to what's his name? Okay, the frog boss's name I've forgotten. In the lead up to his fights, a lot of the stages there kind of want to gimmick you a little bit by attaching blitzes to the ends of stages. And when you know they're coming, it's a lot harder to be surprised by them.
Okay, frog boss's name. First one is Bale, and
That's the
second one,
fighting, because that's the one you're fighting.
second one's Dagon.
Don't ask me why you were fighting particularly the first one, but that's the second. Oh. Oh, that's why I don't have focus. And this is like this stage is one that I really should have like Slash mentioned immediately, because otherwise this starts happening and holy shit.
Well, I mean, you are dealing with a rather absurd crowd. Oh god, there's quite a lot of them.
Yeah, incidentally, Dante Must Die, like the Chimera Seeds, like if you let their Devil Trigger last long enough, they don't flinch at all. And they start and kind of this is gonna be a pain. I'm not talking anymore.
Oh? Looking forward to this.
Oh god, it's 2 blitzes. Oh shit. Ah god. The screen is going insane.
I think that might actually give someone a seizure. That's something.
That's why I said the blitzes were the seizure demon.
I'm going to be honest, I wasn't paying attention when you said that.
I've acknowledged it's my lot in life.
One. Oh boy.
So considerate of the other one to just, like, stand by while you were murdering his friend. Oh, that was painful. That was half your life bar.
That was a lot better than it could have been.
Oh?
Yeah, that can kill me. Like, luckily I had just enough in the tank that on Gen I could survive. That's gonna kill him.
Which is,
Yep.
you think? Oh, okay, so I'm getting some lag then, because I...
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was I was kind of fucked as soon as I saw that. As soon as I saw that flash, because if it had dropped farther away from me, I might have been able to dodge those charges just on nothing but reaction, but didn't have enough in the tank. Yeah, I didn't have enough to do it when it dropped from to quite anticipate when it dropped from point blank. And usually when they're not devil triggered, they'll teleport a few more times before charging, before they do the suicide charge.
So you got to stage 84. Shit. That's really impressive.
Look, let me see if I can't pull up the ranking. Okay, it doesn't matter which character. Well, it matters which character I'm scored, but like otherwise, it's fine. Okay. You see that's Dante, and and like a score of about that, you can only get that through completion. I'm less consistent than I used to be because I'm not playing like every couple of days, but I can just clear Blank Palace. It's not that well. That stage specifically.
You were about to say it's not that hard.
It's not. That stage kills me less often. Like if I had been better about conserving my resources, it is weird. It is weird playing Lady after the door. Yeah, you can see me trying to teleport. Like every single time you see me do that, that's a teleport.
So, what is Lady's equivalent of Devil Trigger?
But it uses up everything, and it gets bigger the more you store up.
So it's just lots of grenades.
Yeah, in particular with her, it is very much a panic button. You can use it otherwise, but good luck generating enough to afford to keep doing it. She doesn't generate Devil Trigger that quickly because most of her damage is through guns, and guns don't generate that much Devil Trigger. So if you can make enough space for her very long taunts, you can work something up.
Here we see Lady's true superpower, infinite ammo.
You might actually be able to hear my controller right now, but yeah, you can actually keep that going very long if you can get enemies caught in it.
Yeah.
But,
Lady does
when I say very long times, I
Dante
mean
yeah, that shit is ridiculous.
Yep. Very long taunts. And
how considerate of them.
Ladies, in exchange for being the best, ladies taunts are the most difficult. Overall, you can basically never afford to. You can basically never afford to use them in a fight.
Anyway, I'm gonna log off. I need to clean up my house a bit and then go to sleep.
See you.
I'm going to log off because I also need to do some work and sleep.
I needed to do work, but then I watch stream stuff, but I have some time before it's all due. Yeah. Later, y'all.
Yeah, see ya.
Mm-hmm. Later, Obi.
See you then. Impeep, if you're still alive there, lurker. Might end the stream if nobody's watching, since yes, it is late. And if you want to do it, take your time. I'm not gonna keep it too long. This had as much to do with can I even go as anything else. Refresh. And okay, yeah, as a matter of particular fact, hour and 20 is a good time. I think I'm going to cut the stream here and thank everyone for the time. But I am going to call it